I'm sure you've read of the significant increases in loneliness, depression, and anxiety in America, particularly over the last few years. Others simply just feel disconnected. Of course, there are many causes, but perhaps the root cause is one that is barely mentioned, namely our relationship with God. And look, the Catholic life isn't rocket science. It essentially boils down to what Christ himself calls the one thing necessary in Luke chapter 10, the interior life, sitting at his feet and entering into relationship with him. And prayer, says the Catechism, is that relationship. And that means we should be doing it regularly. So, what exactly is prayer? Well, there are three different major modes of prayer to which every Catholic is called, no matter your state in life. Echoing the saints, the Church calls them vocal, meditative, and contemplative prayer. You probably know all kinds of vocal prayers like the Rosary or Divine Mercy Chaplet. St. Teresa of Avila called contemplative prayer a pure gift from God that we can only prepare for but can't make happen ourselves. But perhaps we've never developed the form of prayer that can powerfully lead us into union with God: meditation. Meditative prayer is essentially an interior conversation with God that's usually helped by some kind of physical input, like a book or an image, or perhaps even nature. It's quiet prayer. Generally, no words are spoken aloud. Now, this doesn't mean we're just trying to think about God passively like you find in some non-Catholic Eastern forms of meditation. We're not trying to empty our minds. We're trying to fill our minds up with Almighty God. Christ says, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind." So, what does meditative prayer look like? How do you actually do it? Well, the first thing is pretty much common sense. It's got to be a good time, and you need some quiet. The saints say, all things being equal, early morning is best because you're less distracted. Now, that said, distractions are going to happen. You're human. St. Teresa says that when they come around, as soon as you realize that you're distracted, just give the distraction back to God, and it becomes a prayer in and of itself. So, don't worry about it. Of course, being in the right place helps you not be distracted as well. So, don't try and meditate in a bowling alley on Saturday night. Not gonna work. Silence is the best environment for us to hear God's voice. And the right time and place help you to the second step, which is to recollect yourself. Basically, this means quieting yourself down interiorly. You check your concerns at the door and make an effort to focus in on God. And if you're new to meditation, this may take up most of your time, which is okay. It will get easier as you mature in prayer. Then comes the actual meditation. And remember, meditation is an interior conversation with God that's helped by some kind of physical input. For example, you take a book and you begin to slowly read it. And slowly is the key. The goal of meditation isn't to finish. The goal is God. So don't rush. But this book gives you something to talk about with God. So you're slowly reading, and if something strikes you, pause and reflect on it. Ask him a question if you don't understand something, or ask him what his message is for you in the passage which could help you grow. Let the Lord speak to you through it. Once the moment is over, or you get distracted, go back to your reading. But realize that when the Lord speaks to you, you have to respond. Apply it to your life and converse with God about it. Maybe you need to forgive somebody. Maybe the Lord shows you some vice or virtue you need to work on. Resolve to do it and pray for the grace to act on what He wants. Because prayer isn't just conversation. It's about action. Spending time with Christ is never wasted time. It will change us and help us be like Him, which is the ultimate goal of our lives. I'm Matthew Leonard from the Science of Sainthood for Edify.